Hey guys. All right. I was looking at a video of Roland Martin. There's a black truck driver. I guess he made delivery in Oklahoma. And these two white men were like asking him what was he doing there and all this kind of stuff. And, he was very respectful to us. So he said, what business is it of you? And the guy gave his name. That's how you knew it was going to be some shit. And he's like, it's a private drive. And dude's like, oh, you the mayor here? Do you own it? Dude's like, no, but why are you here? He's like, no. Another dude come up there and he's like, oh, you, what are you doing here? Dude's like, I don't tell you anything. He's like, it's your house? He's like, no, but I don't tell you anything. Nothing at all. I did a video a couple days ago, I think, talking about, a little short video, talking about, white people thinking that you answer to them. And this video really sums it up how it was for me on the road. It's the same way white folks get in your business. I never really had that, but I've definitely had it where I'm in a truck stop and they'll be standing there watching me. And like they have no business but to watch me. Or I'll be getting something, they're watching me. Or I was in a store one time in Maryland buying some clothes at I forgot what it was. The security guard walked right up to where I was at, like a meter from me, and just stood there and watched me the whole time, and just started laughing. Started laughing. I never went there again. I had well, I was in Seattle, or one of them truck stops out there in Washington. I think it was Seattle. And I was talking to the lady behind the counter. It was a conversation. It was a friendly, I think she laughed. It was a friendly conversation. I forgot what it was about. This white man, he come right up to where I was, standing like perpendicular to us, but standing beside me, looking at me. And I thought he was in line, And when I get ready to walk out, he walked out with me. I mean, it was very strange. It was very unusual. These things happen all the time. And that's why I stopped going in truck stops. That's why, people ask me about truck fares. I don't do that. I never did that. Going to these big truck stops they got, Kinley and all that, that don't interest me, man. You dealing with hardcore racism out here on these roads. Like if you want to know where the Klan's at, it's behind the wheel of a truck. Real talk. It's out there. It's in your face. Yep. And they're very clear about it. White supremacy. Yeah. That's why they do it, because they can survive doing that. They don't have to deal with blacks and a changing world. And that's why you hear about these cases like the people that were protesting before the pandemic, and the trucker tried, I think he ran over one of them or knocked them out the way or something. That doesn't surprise me at all. That's how those guys are. They don't care anything. And it's crazy because they're being hurt by the same force of capitalism those factory workers are, albeit in a different way. You hurting them does nothing for labor, but you're too stupid to realize it because you think strong corporate power. I don't know. I think with them, it's a part of like feeling like they're a part of things. And my experience driving truck was different. I realized like I have no part in this. Like once I did it for about a year and a half. Charlottesville was in 17. I got on the road in 15. So it was like I was in there March 15. 16, I was like, okay, I'm kind of getting in my groove. I quit 17. I quit 17, and I went to Sigma. So it's like 16. Like I started realizing, like, well, no. I was still kind of ingrained in that corporate mindset. But when I left Sigma and I came back, that was July of 17. I remember they got really bad for me. July 17, I did it, and I did it for another year or so. And I don't know if things changed or I changed, but I really realized, like, yo, this is not it. This is not a life for a black man at all. Any black man, this is not a life for a black man. These people are backwards, very much so. And the things they complain about with these companies are like the companies pulling away from that just a little bit. But I just realized that when I came back in 17 that I'm not a part of these corporations. I work for them. I work for Pro Drivers. I'm thankful I have a job, but I am not Pro Drivers. I was not SRT. I was not Western Express. I work for these companies. That's it. And for these drivers, there's a mindset that they are. Kind of like, I am a U.S. Marine. I am, trucker, you're not. Like when I was driving a truck, I never called it my truck. I was like, oh, that's a truck over there. I never called it my truck. Never. I never had that mindset of, this is my truck. This is, no. Guys drilling into it. I never did none of that. I never did none of that. I never, got that kind of stuff in my mind that somehow I am new. This guy, he was being very nice with those white guys, asking them to move and all that. I would have got my gun and called the police somewhat simultaneously. We're past the point of having conversations with white people. For me. And I would have figured that out pretty quickly. This is not a white man being helpful. This is something else. These men blocking him in was a message and a warning, and it was also something worse. When white men do that and they confront you, it's to kill you. That interaction is to kill you. See, they want you to overreact and jump. And for many of our black men in this culture of violence, in this culture of thuggism, the culture is kill or be killed, fighter, fight and fuck and all that. So they expect you to do something, they can shoot you. Roland Martin, I watched him, he said that he would have backed up, ran over the grass, but that's what they want. That's a reaction. If you ran over that grass, they're going to say, I smell alcohol. They're going to say you were swerving. They're going to say you hit something else probably. They're going to say that, and they're going to call the police, and they're going to be like, well, you hit me. You don't want to go through that. Trust me. That right there is a couple hours out of your day. You don't want that. You do not want that. I've had accidents. I ran over some grass before. You don't want that. I know what Roland's saying, but no, you don't want that. Roland don't understand any accident is an accident now. If a drunk driver hits you, that's an accident on your CSA. If you roll over on grass, that's going on your DAC report. That goes against you, and you can be fired later on. With that being a part of the reasoning. I ran over some grass, and it wound up costing them a little under $1,000, backing up on some grass, and it's wet. You don't want that. So, they're going to lie and say you damage the sidewalk and try to get the whole sidewalk replaced. You don't want to do that. I got my gun out and got the phone and called police. I'm at the point now to where I'm past talking to white people. And see, white folks not stupid. They know that. They know that the stuff that's happening in this country is leading up to something. They're either choosing to be smart and avoid you and avoid those interactions, or they're doing what these white men did and pulling in front of your truck. This is something done to cause a reaction out of you so you can kill them. That video, I watched it the whole way through, and he's like, they're talking real low because they know the cameras there. They don't want you to hear their voices. That's smart. The one dude gave his name. I'm like, okay. So that tells me he probably is a racist. Because if you're a regular person and you're doing something stupid like that, confronting people with a gun and blocking their truck in, this is like some super cracker stuff. Because it's going to go out there and anybody can get fired for that. So he's probably some retired cracker, or he's just a real hardcore racist, and he's looking for something to kill a black man. I used to believe that didn't exist. It does. Looking to kill a black man. Looking to go do harm to somebody. So the dude was asking him questions. The guy like, I don't tell you anything. Is this your street? Is your mayor of this area? It's a private drive. You just take a long turn. It's like, no, I have not. He's like, and they're so stupid. He's driving a tractor trailer, and he's got to have a gate code. A common sense person, he's in a uniform. common sense person would tell you that that's probably he's there for a reason. There's a justifiable reason why he's doing that. But they still got to confront. He's a black man. He's in a white area. And then he called another guy over there. The other guy's like, what are you doing here? And he was like, I'll tell you anything. He's like, where's your badge at? You know, dude, they walk off, and the dude still talking. The white guy talking, so are you warning us? Now, what he's saying is, it's like one of Roland's people on his board there was saying, what he's saying is this: you as a black man, this is the slave patrol. We can stop you at any time if we want to. I mean, I've had white people like be surprised when I don't stop for them. Like even it was like what? The end of 18? No. It was like I came back July of 17. July 17. And I stayed with SRT till October of 18. I left in around Halloween. Yeah, I left around Halloween. And you'll be out places out there in the Midwest. White folk will try to stop you. I'll drive around them. Now he's right. I won't do that. I'm not interested in conversation with you. When I'm out in them places, like even before I started carrying guns, like after Charlottesville, I still was like, you don't want to do, because I knew how white people do. They like a spider. They want to lay a trap and get. See, the white man operates through confusion. And for blacks, for us, we're brute strength and aggression. The white man's not. The white man is crafty. He's sneaky. Really sneaky in being able to, use things against you and trying to catch you in a trap. And that's how white people do in the Midwest and the South. They're very sneaky people. When he said, you're warning us, I knew what that was. He's trying to cause a situation to use deadly force. And the black man's responses, he wasn't giving them that. You understand? Like they were, it's kind of like they were trying to hold him like police do. Police are trying to make an arrest. In this case, they were trying to kill him. They wanted to murder him, but they couldn't do it because he was like, no, I don't have to answer your questions. He didn't get personal. He's like, it's none of your business. Like, I'm not here, Honestly, it's going to come to the point we're going to have to kill some crackers. And I know that time's coming. Because this stuff is going to keep happening. And it's like you have white people who are like, they have this pride to go and do these kind of things. Yeah, this pride to go do these kind of things. I'm not walking on eggshells around white people who want to walk around with some kind of a superiority chip on their shoulder. And we don't get something about that is, you're superior to me, but you always have to prove it. You're superior to me, but every interaction you have is a problem. Like you're superior in a way that you're superior like a demon. You're more demonic than me. You have a evil, wicked knowledge, and you delight in death and causing suffering. And you think that because you're more willing to cause suffering and harm to others compared to me, that makes you superior. Like you get off on that holding life and death in your hands. Like it's really sick, man. And I knew that kind of then, just the way they look at you sometimes when you're out in these areas. I was like, yeah. That's why, my plan was to stay off the road, and I might go back on the road like the end of this year or something. Maybe the beginning of next year. The end of this year will be wintertime. But I had some tickets and stuff that fell off in March, and it's now May. Log stuff. When I was with Sigma. Everything at Sigma's gone. Everything at Sigma is now gone. And I had some tickets when I went back to SRT. That was like the end of 17, beginning of 18. I was in Texas, Walker, Texas. The out of service I had. It wasn't a bad ticket. It was the pin on the trailer wasn't out, and I had there's a pin on the trailer, and I had a cell phone mount on the windshield. Out of service tripled it. It's a force multiplier, so that falls off in September. Honestly, after September, I might go back on the road or do something. I already applied for some jobs. We'll see how that goes. Peace.